Actually, if you pay attention on how some famous people talks about AI, it actually looks like this triumph letters on home videotapes, you know, like it's likely to be happen to humanity, it's reshape every industry, or about electricity. It's actually funny for me because always compare some new things with electricity. Everybody know how electricity became to our world. Nobody understands how to use it, and actually try to cool people with it. You know, like it's alive. But 3 days ago, maybe you see the video with Andrei Doronichev, who compare AI with electricity once again. So electricity is actually a good thing, and you can remember, if you can remember this moment, General Electric rents refrigerators and ovens to build a market for electricity. So now we have all free Gemini, ChatGPT, and something just to build a market. So the next one is pace is incredible fast, and the next is it will enhance the way humans experience the world. And when this should happen, your own CEO comes to you and says something like, we will 10 times faster in deliver our product just in 1 year. And this is your target, by the way. And you say, oh. So my name is Katurov. I'm working in company Roger. We do soft for drilling companies. Maybe you know some names like Exxon and something like that. Today, I would like to share with you our experience with AI and how we build trust to AI in our company. And actually, I would like to mention this law. Everybody knows it, but nobody knows the author. Original author is a psychologist Maslow, and maybe you know. So today I would like to speak about nails, not a hammer, because we have a lot of nails, and we have a new instrument for it, call it AI. So when your CEO comes to you and asks for some huge change in your business, the first thing you have to do is understand how to deal with your business, how to deal with your stakeholders. So firstly, you have to reshape and understand your process. When you deeply understand what is your pain points, what's the problem inside your process today, which you can solve with a new tool or something like that, thinking about nails. And then you have to understand how you will measure changes you do, how you will understand what your changes works or not, helps or not for your company. For sure, here is a lot of ready-made metrics like DORA, DORA team inside Google Cloud. They created a very famous framework how to understand is AI works inside your company or not. And for sure, you can use some traditional metrics like how fast you do some task, how frequently you can deploy things and something like that. So the main takeaways is to believe that AI is not some magic wand, and it's just a tool for nails you already have. So how we make it done after answering OK to our CEO? Everybody knows the processes I show on this main map. It's PDCA, like we're thinking, we're doing. It's software development circle. Everybody understands, right? Like what we do. It's limits from our CEO. It's a strategy we always use. And to make it more available for us, let's divide them into different manner. Like PDCA, it's how we do things. We're thinking when acting. Software development lifecycle, it's about what we actually do. We do programming. We are here. You see here. It's my team inside the company. It's our limits. 1 year, 10 times. And that's strategy how we can do things better. It's try. So beyond all this schema, we have to discuss the thing we actually love to do, and we love to do programming, development in this term, and this is thing we cannot give up. We really like it, so why not? Why we should stop doing it? So this is, I put here some mark to explain what we don't like to do, actually, like developers. We don't like plans, we don't like it. We hate checking and testing our things. So in terms of life cycle, we actually love to develop and don't love everything before and after it. Thinking about it, like it's not our problem, and we actually don't like make something. We would like to try and we'd like to automate, but we don't like to make something. It's because it's a lot of documentation, tons of comments and something like that. A lot of things we should transfer to next stage. And if we talk about development, let me show you development circle in details. Someone taking an analysis, making things for us, creating some grooming, decomposition. We actually do decomposition and we actually do grooming when we're planning with our managers. We allocate resources for our life. When we do programming, it's the thing we love to do actually. And when we go to things we don't love, code review, maybe testing, exactly don't like. Bug fixing, nobody like it. And then show it to our product owner. If you will take a close look on this schema, you will find repeatable things like questioning and context, the thing when people have to search during his normal work day. And we try to measure the thing, and we found that it is a really big problem. It is so big that it's taken 20% of our time just to search something inside our internet, looking for documentation, looking for solutions, looking for conversation, which creates some requirements or something. And it's actually take a lot of time. When you finish your work, you put every comment inside your program, you have to find some time to write a ticket for your QA. You have to write what you have done, why you done in this manner, and you should come to maybe Slack and find something. So this is how you normally work, and this is how you can actually put to AI. If you have some search in your internal resources like Jira, Confluence, and Slack, if you will put your dictionary, company dictionary, which will normalize the result of searching, when you can summarize it, ask a question, add something, pure AI magic, which will make it fast, and you will receive some knowledge. Why it is great? Because it takes a few minutes to complete. And you also can do it right inside your IDE. Like, okay, I finished a task, name it this one from Jira, so let's check that I did everything I have to do. And it can go check analytics document, check tickets in Jira, checks every discussion about this ticket in Slack, and check it with your comments in code and say, okay, you maybe missed this one and this one. So actually, we did a few tools to check is it true or not. I mean, this is a really big picture, so why not to start from something really small? And we create a few GPTs, which helps our team leaders to create some documentation about code and about things we normally do. The first one is creating a checklist on the base of analytic and design. As soon as we are front-end developers, we have to check it with design. We have to check that we do everything that our PO asks us, user wait for us, analytics write to us, so we have to check it. So this checklist is very easy. Check in the documentation and put it like points into your Jira ticket. And the next one is more cool for us. It's checking analytics documentation. Is it fully completed or not. It's a normal situation when some business analysis comes to you and say, okay, we're done with analysis, you can take it, put it into your technical analysis and start working. So the thing is to take this document and make a route check that it is not in problem with another one documents, not in problem with another one terminology and something like that. But we have a lot of problems with data, so we can check, do we have all the data inside our product? Do we need some another product to work with us on this issue or something like that? So we're really simple. We put inside it a company dictionary. We put inside it links to main documents. You need to work like some constitution of our work. And when you just put a text of business analysis inside this thing, press a button, this really long instruction do the deal, and you see something like, okay, here's a probably problem inside this analytic document. It doesn't describe this functionality, doesn't check this one data and something like that. So you can simply start with it, pay in 5 minutes, and go on with good questions to your business analytics and ask him everything you really need. So it's just taking a seconds and spare you an hour or two. So how can we go bigger? Because when we show these small tools to our CEO, she say, okay, it's good, but still not 10 times. And this is actually a problem because real goal have to be bigger. So we return to understanding what is the problem, why we don't use it in everything. So the most problem we found is changing people behavior. So we actually create the most dummy tool ever made. If you will open Anthropic documentation how to create MCP, or if you will open any documentation how to create MCP, the first thing in the example will be a weather, because it's very easy to check a weather. Some of us, like we have a thermostats in our homes and thermostats in our balcony, so we know the real thermal conditions. Someone doesn't have, so we have some internet access to understand current weather condition. But still, you can open weather application on your mobile or just take a look at the window if you have it inside your office. Not everybody have. And understand what happened. But you will understand right now, not in condition different of time, and also it will not change your behavior. So what we did, we made a MCP right inside our IDE or inside applications for our analytics and something like that. We working in Cursor, someone working in IntelliJ IDEA, someone working like our managers in Cloud. So we actually made a babushka. You can ask right there you're working like, okay, what's the weather? I would like to go home and receive some pretty nice formatted text about which cares about you more than application or weather application at your mobile, because it says you something about glasses and something like that. And actually it changed behavior. People start using it with no reason, just for fun. And after 2 days asking us, okay, what else I can bring into my IDE? And so you can start talking about System 7, you can start talking about other things like man in the loop and something like that, but you have to start with some crazy idea. And this was the crazy idea. We just put a weather right into IDE, and it looks strange, but it works actually. And the thing is, what next you have to check, does you move the trail or not? If people start using weather, you doesn't know, is it popular idea to start using AI in different tasks? So the next thing, next dummy thing, you have to measure the effect, and here we are. It's like a kindergarten. If someone did something special with the AI, we just put in a medal. Yeah, it's true. It's evening state of our list. It's a real name. Sorry, I have to remove them by legal issues, but still, it's real medals. And we give a gold medal if you do something which will change the workflow inside your team and inside some different team. Silver medal if someone will just interested in your work and put a comments on you. And the bronze medal if you just did something in public. It's completely changed the behavior. Those 2 gold medals and 1 guy was issued because he comes to me and say, okay, why I just have a bronze medal? I did so cool things, which I will show you later. And I think it is gold medal. And I told him, yeah, but no, you didn't propagate it to another one team. You didn't give him new tool to change his behavior. You didn't do something to help our company to grow faster. So she spent 2 days and made this in different companies, and we changed them to gold medals. So let's return you to strategy. One of the most questions people ask me about how to start using AI, it is how to start using AI when everybody else uses it. If you come to any spectacular presentation of some AI guy, he will told you a lot of things like I do nothing, I just wipe coding, I just sit in and it's do everything for me. And you still have a question, okay, how can I start inside this race? So my wife created this pretty nice idea. It's called AI Bingo. It's software development lifecycle. And we know this is stages you have to pass to have some multimodal AI agents. So you start just with chatting. In any way, are you analytics, or maybe you are a manager, thanks God, or you are guys from development, you can start with simply chatting. Ask ChatGPT, how can I do something? How can I find something? Ask Gemini, okay, I have a really huge log. What is it talking about? What's wrong with my program? Or something like that. If you are a tester, you can simply ask, okay, what does it mean to be a tester? Why not? So you just start. When you're thinking more, you understand that you can put some roles inside your query to a system like, okay, you are experienced team lead in automation testing, so what does testing be like? And it will be some different answer, more deterministic. When you understand that you can ask one model to create a prompt for an hour, because it's going to be completely huge, maybe 2 or 3 pages of text, so you asking how can I? And some models like ChatGPT will answer you, you should create MD file, not just a text. Okay, it's a good idea. When you go into workflow automation, when you're going to have a RAG in your company or over your document, when you have to create some MCP inside your thing, when you understand that MCP is not only tools, but it's different things like resources and prompts, and when you go to the agents. Actually, nobody have autonomous multimodal agents today. Everybody talked about it, but nobody have it because it doesn't work yet. So we go into agents like some complicated algorithms we cannot describe in usual way. So today agents, it's like a lot of code which is abstracted to one role. So let's remember how we do things and how to measure them. Everybody know, every programmer know what does it mean. It's your velocity. Like working days you spend on the task, a complexity of task, and less days for more complex is like you are a good guy, and vice versa. So everybody can see this is one is experienced senior programmer because it's have some linear dependency. from easy task to complicated task. The same day for complex number, like 1 to 1. Right. 8 days for 8 story points. This one is the middle, and you can simply understand it by looking on this graph. Because it is good in small task and very bad in huge task. Like here's a big difference in days. And the last one you can understand, it is a team leader. No matter is it a small task or huge task, you don't have a time to do something like task actually, the thing like programming. You don't have a time for it. So in terms of business, everybody asks us to make it linear and make it as high as we can. Like, let's do everything in one day. Like 1 day sprints, it's a better idea. But it's quite impossible in terms of tool what we have today. So what we can change? We can firstly make some measurements on our guys. Some mathematical one, like checking Jira and understanding the velocity, but we still doesn't know why we have this velocity if we will not do performance review. Who have performance review in your company last time? Okay, not that much. You're working in small companies maybe. So everybody know what performance review is. You have to tell about your colleagues how we are. Like you are good guys, you are bad guys, things that you are good, things you can improve inside your life. But also you have a problem to tell about yourself, like what I'm good at. Drinking coffee maybe. And let me show you our picture, how we change the world in this part. So we create a GPT. It starts with simple questions. Is it about yourself or it's about someone else? And we simply changed from a picture at the top. You see, it's like, I'm a good at, I'm a bad at. Or when you write about someone else, like, oh, this guy is good in algorithms. How can he improve himself? Maybe taking more vacations. It's all. It doesn't help you like a business to understand how you can improve your people, how you can improve the process. So we created GPT. GPT is a very experienced interviewer. We give him everything we know about ourselves. We give him dictionary of our terms. We give him dictionary about our projects. We give him dictionary about our problems. It's not that easy to give a dictionary about problems in your company. We gave him a structure of targets we would like to achieve in next month and next quarter and next year. We create some understanding what is a good behavior of people and put it inside the prompt. It's really huge one document. So we use model for all for it. And when you start just asking you, hello, how are you doing? And when start asking you about the thing you normally didn't ask from yourself, like, do you feel valued? It doesn't give you any understanding how to answer it. But if it will ask you something like, when last time you talked with your colleague, how many vowels she told during your explanation of your work or something like that. It's a lot of questions. You can simply talk with it like a normal guy, and then you will have some draft about yourself, like you are good in that, you made things like this one, you understand this one good, and you can simply learn something for make you a better worker. Or about another one guy, okay, I understand what you're talking about this guy can do better this one, but you love him for this. And we create some text. Also, later we can combine this text about every guy in one review. When combine those review in one team review, when combine team review in one department review and show to our CEO just a department review. This is what we are good at. This is what we will improve. This is our target for next quarter. Or we can show to our CEO, this is the list of the problem we have to our designer department, or this is a list of our problem we have to, I don't know, testing department. It will not some few information like testing department are evil. It will be something you can deal with, speak with people, and it will be friendly manner. We put a friendly manner inside this idea. And actually people like it, because before we spent something about 2 days of psychology problem to write this down about himself. Today it's something about 2.5 hours to complete the performance review about yourself. So with everything about beating the blank page syndrome, a lot of people doesn't know how to start, even experienced authors looking on the empty page and thinking about how to start. Okay, it was raining day. It works maybe, but it doesn't work in technical departments. We have to create something meaningful or valuable for our colleagues, and also it has to be something short we can read and understand. Not about the guy who asked me why it is bronze, not a gold medal, because it doesn't share to another one people. And next question was, okay, how can I share? It's not an easy task for me to share some information. And we create another one GPT, for sure. It's a very easy idea to help someone. You are a journalist midwife. Metaphor, and we put it inside it, and this is the only slide where my legal department come to me and simply remove a screenshot. Sorry, it's completely dumb. We didn't create something dummy for you. The idea is it's still interviewer. You're just starting with the things like you understand about the thing you just create. In your own words, you just explain what you did, and it start asking you, okay, for what? It's a really easy question. But later you will have something normal people call it case study. It's very few words. It's maybe 1 pager, which completely explain for what you do, what is the problem you solve with your thing, how many errors, how many times you save using this tool. And for sure it helps a lot to a lot of people who normally doesn't speak with other people instead of programming code. We start speaking with the normal words. It's a really funny story. It's helping to understand we are making really good things. So the next, what we did, we changed communications in our company. You all know, nobody likes a 1 hour meeting, right? Actually, it's completely a mess. A lot of people talking, a lot of people creating some ideas. Someone have to write them down when say some follow-ups and something. It's mess, it's strong, it's not useful. In terms when your company is on fire because you have a release tomorrow, you don't have time for 1 hour meeting. And actually you don't have a time to write something in hours inside your Slack. So in one team, we have a problem with deadlines. And we create a channel in Slack. Everybody create a channel in Slack in this problem, and ask them to press a huddle button. You know, you just start speaking like in computer games. And to not lost this knowledge, we use a CRISP on every machine. CRISP is an AI tool. You just record everything. It hear from your microphone and from your phones, and then write it down with a small AI tool which made a transcription of everything that was told. And then we can use the processing to create some small resume of a talk and put it right inside back into Slack channel. So if someone miss 10 minutes meeting, he will still know what it will end up. And also, as you remember, we have some agent which comes to Slack and asks for changes of task, changes in documentation, extrude some information and put it inside your resume to start you working on something. So if developers, in our case, start talking about something in huddle, in 5 or 10 minutes, we will have it right inside the IDE on the task we're working on currently. It's really help people to understand what we are doing what is the problem and how it will be solved. The thing is, what we do actually, we do a programming. So when we're speaking about programming, we actually doesn't do soft. We actually help business to grow. And this slide you already seen before. Let me quickly remind you about it. We focused about understanding our process and measure effects, but let's see on this from a business point of view, not from our capsule of development, but let's return to business point of view. When we start speaking like 10 times faster, you maybe remember this from the start of the presentation. So what we are talking about? This is actually a normal graph how people work on some epic. Like this is an analytics team. They did everything very fast. And actually you spend something about a month before someone come to read it. And documentation is a bit lost. And documentation have a lot of lags, some changes from another one documentation. Like here it will be one version API, and after 1 month it will be completely different version of API. Something can be changed. And you have to start, find it, fix the documentation, return to your work, like decomposition of the task, like creating technical analysis and something. And this will spend a lot of your time. And you will clearly see it. Green one is analytics. Yellow one is the tools, task for development team. Blue one is QA tasks. And you see the first yellow, which outstands for 2 weeks. It's because someone in our development team spent 2 weeks to read the documentation, find how current position changed from this documentation, ask for changes, put it inside the documentation, create something. It's a lot of time. So what we did, we changed the idea. We suppose that we don't have to have a documentation depth. If we create some software inside any team, we still understand that we're working on the one point, on one API, one product or something like that. So what we did, what we changed, we put a documentation in normal cycle of development. If you discuss something on a Slack cuddle, it have some transcription, one resume, and something changed in documentation, in analytic documents. We can simply transfer this knowledge back to analytics documentation or analytics team and say, okay, you have to fix it, you have to update it, or update by ourselves. It's easy idea, but it still costs us a lot in terms of people relations. We have to explain why we should trust the idea, why we should trust the documentation created by this way. But still, we can transfer this documentation backwards on the process or forwards on the process. What do I mean about forwards? We can create upward documentation for QA and warn them about changes we made in our product before we will get it for testing. So we have a time to prepare for testing, like find the data sets, maybe change something in his life, or find more resources for testing if it is huge change. And as soon as we have a good documentation at this point, we can free ourselves from a thing we actually don't like. This is a prompt, which use a lot of files like analytics documents and something like that, and creates a Jira tasks. You know, when you are team leader, you have an epic, you just finish a technical analysis of this, you understand how you can split this task to different points, how you will decompose them, create some train to solve them. So this thing simply in one run do all the copy-paste operations which you normally do. It's open epic, create tasks inside this, mark them as epic, put inside like put story points in a special field, put description what you have to do, put all links to documentation, put something from your discussions in Slack and something, and create completely schema of task which you can later on understand through different dashboards and understand how things going inside your work. Moreover, if you have it, you have to understand that AI is just a new ML, still machine learning, but in another one level. So we can put everything we don't like to do inside this automation. The first thing we already discussed. Let's transform some raw data into something meaningful, like our talks. We spent 1 hour to something which will take just 1 minute to read and understand what happened and what changed in the documentation. Actually, we can read a lot of documentation, filter it, put just some smart descriptions, some small description to explain developer what he have to achieve during his task. Also, we can create a lot of data which needed to move faster and move next. Like here, our real world example, we have a team where we have, how shall I say, a team leader, which is just a junior team leader. I mean, it's just spent maybe half a year in this role, so doesn't do anything in good manner. And sometimes we have a risk of potential loss of deadlines, something like that. So we ask what's the problem. We're working on the problem and created some automation which help him to get on a daily basis data from Jira dashboard, and AI just compare velocity, data from definition of done, data from really something that was committed into Git, and give him the understanding what here is the potential risk or not about finishing this sprint in a time. And also it's generate 1 hour document for project owner, where we just told him, okay, it's everything fine, just calm down, we will do everything in our deadlines. And also as a front-end developer, we can use AI to simply check thousands of images from our clients and understand is here some problems with front-end on clients' machines. It's really good to understand is your product really goes well. And also we use, it's like a complete ML. Actually, we made a software for drilling. You know what is drilling? It's a lot of holes in the earth, in soil, where really huge, like 10 kilometers long. And in today's world, you have a lot of wells starting from one point, and you have some problem with collisions and something like that. It's not a good idea to have a collision 4 kilometers under. And when you start making some software to help people drill, you have to check everything twice, more than twice. But nobody will provide you real data from client because it's usually it's a secret from clients. So we have a data generator, which from 1 or 2 examples creates a lot of examples wells for us. And it can be like a normal one, but also it can be some problem one, like collisions on a 4 kilometers under, or no collisions, or no data, or lost data, or something. We can simply ask AI to create this data set for us. And then put it into our program and just check, is it okay or not? Does it look good or not? And also with all the things that help us to deliver software, for sure we use this one tool. As soon as we have a good documentation, we understand what we did in our program, we actually can create something, sorry for Russian, watch. This slide is a perfect example of how previous ideas with the documentation, with complete documentation, fresh documentation, works for us. You know what is it? It's JSON for test rail. It's normally creates some plan how to test our software for someone who will check it. And we have to put some titles, we have to put some contents, what is expected, what is not expected. But AI creates this in just 47 seconds. How long people will create it, I don't want to do today. 47 seconds, it's enough. You just have to have a fresh documentation, it's easy with AI. You have to have your program written, it's easy because it is fun for you. Exactly. And then you just in one click create with JSON, put it into your task and say, okay, dear guy from QA, I do everything for you. How can I help you more? So QA actually likes us more than before. It's always a good idea to have a good friends. And this is one other example how small things changes our lives and creates a big impact into our business because we spend here less time, and then next time 1 hour instead of 5, 4 minutes instead of hour, or 47 seconds instead of, I don't know, maybe. It is a long list. We can check it later if you want to see how many time you will spend to create it manually. So after we're talking about things that we use like a button, because we do something, we program, we read in documentation, so AI can react or something we do. Actually, like a normal people, we always forget to do something. You know, when your manager call you and ask, did you care about all things, right? And you understand, oh no, I lost some. Like creating a presentation or maybe prepare for demo. And manager always told you something like, 4 weeks ago I told you it was your action point after some meeting, you completely forgot. So we create a lot of small AI assistant today. It's not a general assistant which works without understanding, but it is still assistant which help us to understand what happened, what we do, and compare some documentation for us. One of the popular is to check what we discuss about some topic, like Jira ticket, or can you please remind me all action point about me today, or can you remind me what I told I will done today, or something like that, or what I should do tomorrow. The thing is that using MCP today, you can have a connection not only to Slack or Jira documentation, you also can have a connect to your calendar. So if you have to create some documentation or prepare demo, this agent can make your meeting with this demo tomorrow for 1 hour, just to free time for you to create this something. Let me show the explain, it will explain more. You know, it's just a print of everything about agent. Here is the summary of Jira issue with CML 4881. It's vanished from names and usernames or something like that, but it's still completely complete the story about this task, like July 30, August 12, iterated, highest business priority. They forget to told us about highest business priority 2 weeks before, but they correct themselves and say it have to be in August in production. Oh crap, it's 12th of August. And a lot of stuff. We have strong conversation about it, and when we organize something later. So if you have a lot of small agents you prepare for yourself, you can simply free up your time, free up your mind from the thing you normally trying to forget, and create something which will just help you with this small task, like remind you about things you told you will have done tomorrow. Let's return to this picture. what I would like to tell you by this presentation, when someone told you you are a programmer and you have to deliver things 10 times faster, the first thing you have to keep in your mind, you should make faster everything instead of programming. Like, keep it to yourself. You like it most, you know how to do it. And for sure, if you will ask any AI to program, it will worse than you, times worse than you. You are better than any AI in the things you really like. So my idea and what we do in our company today, we put everything instead of programming into AI. We forgot to make the summary. Okay, this thing will do it for us. We forgot to create a story about ticket and the changes we made on different meetings. Okay, this thing will do it for us. We hate to keep documentation fresh for next department like testing. Okay, AI will do it for us. So we put to AI everything we actually hate. And this helps us a lot. I think it is about 20–25% of time now free for something more productive than doing regular stuff. It's not 10 times. It's still not a sprint in one day. But if you will remember the story, but we will not wait for something for 2 weeks, we have a chance, actually. That's all.
Any questions? After we'll have a discussion, so we'll have a lot of opportunities for questions and also opinions. But now maybe anything specific for the talk.
Well, can you please move to the slide with a diagram of connections between engines, starting from cloud and so on and so on. Yes, this. So could please unveil a bit of details about how we connect the services between cloud and each other.
It's very easy. We just use an MCP.
MCP over here.
Yeah, MCP works well. For example, MCP to Slack is very funny. Normally, to integrate with Slack, you have to have a key, API key for Slack. And normally, in company, we don't like to provide you with key. But if you ask, I will share one project with you where you simply stole keys from Slack, from web version of Slack, and use it for MCP. It is work well, so you don't need. Also, if I remind you, MCP is not only the tool. It's mostly used like a tool. Tell me about the weather outside. But MCP contains 3 different kinds of objects. One is resources, one is prompts, and the third one is tools. Most popular thing is tools. But here we can use a dictionary as a resource for MCP and searching like a tool. So we have a prompt inside this MCP which tells our AI, actually, Claude, when you ask something, you have to use this dictionary to understand the answer, found documents. And before you create the answer to the user, you should obey those rules, like summarize the documentation, check all the links, and provide the answer in Markdown or something like that. So we can go to the next stage with summarize the documentation, because it's easy to summarize if one terms and one format. When you can question something and have a knowledge.
Okay, the second one about the documentation format. Do you have Markdown here?
Where? Inside the tool?
Yeah, I mean about documentation. Do you prefer to use Markdown? Right?
In Confluence and Jira.
Use Confluence.
We use Confluence. No. In Confluence, Jira, and Slack, we doesn't use Markdown. We use Markdown as internal format between all the automation elements.
Okay. So you don't use the documentation in Markdown or stories, right?
Yeah, we don't need it. Actually, AI can simply convert one to another. It's easy task.
Okay. And which tool you use to maintain Markdown dictionary?
Just a prompt. Just a prompt.
So MD is just a prompt collection, right?
Yeah, it's everything just a prompt.
Prompt collection.
It's like this one part. Let me share you the code which it creates. It's just this one. And it is actual because here's replace it with user I because I have to by the law just remove everything about names or something and replace a link with a link because I cannot share internal information with you. So this is all the agent code actually. It's the actual code of agent.
Okay. And about count diagram, you mentioned you have a 2-week spacing without tasks, right? But actually there were some tasks.
This one.
Yes. So why don't you make a task for that, for regaining documentation, maybe some corrections for that?
For what?
For regaining documentation, you mentioned that here's some work. Here was some work for correction.
Yeah.
For correction of documentation.
This part.
This part actually.
Yeah.
But why do you have 2-week spacing for that?
This one?
Yes.
Because of bad planning.
For planning.
It's just a bad planning. When someone made this documentation before, someone will use it. You know, like a Toyota philosophy. But it's not a Toyota philosophy. So I did it 2 weeks before. Great. You just create some debt, actually. So it's problem of planning. Nobody perfect. And when business told you like, I would like you to be 10 times more productive, it doesn't mean that your finger move faster. It means that you don't sleep for 2 weeks for nothing, actually. So the thing is, when you have a lot of AI agent, you will not sleep. Like you forget about something, like create some documentation, just read some documentation. It's not normal thing, but you forget to read some documentation. So if you have some agent which will at morning reminds you that you have to read this documentation, create something, it's like your personal assistant who come to your room at morning and say, okay, did you drink a coffee? Yes, okay. So you have to do that.